camera stand?
My
Are you using your camera stand?
camera what?
Are you using your camera stand?
Yes, 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 yes.
I think we
Okay,
are live now, Sir Carlos. Is it good?
okay, we are live, guys. What's up, good people? You're watching Brodsy Entertainment. I am joined by the lovely Minister Joshua again. We have a new guest on as well, Azuma. Azuma, how are you today, sir?
I'm fine.
Good, good, good. Okay, we'll go straight over to Mr. Joshua. Joshua, do you want to set the topic for the day?
Yeah, thank you very much for this platform. We must first of all at all time give praise to God, and thanks to those of you who are online and whoever it is that is able to watch this podcast now. We pray God bless you mightily in Jesus' name. And
Amen.
before we dive straight to the topic of the day, I want to appreciate Sauzoma for creating the time, Sir Carlos for setting it up, and everything that is being done. He is part of those that has, in fact, he's the main arm that is making it live, and we are able to talk to you now. And so, the theme of our today's message, as you all know, this program, like I said, from time past, has been or will be purposely for it's the genuinely Christian-like and family-oriented. So, our topic for today is going to be the effect of African marriages in abroad. The effect of African marriage in abroad. So we are going to be discussing about these topics. On it, we are going to be having an agenda. We will discuss in it how beneficial it is to couples, how beneficial it is to the male, how beneficial it is to the female, how beneficial it is to couples that have children. And then when we are done with all of these, we are going to also discuss on the impact, the negative impact of it to the lives of African couples who come in, and the positive impact equally. And I pray at the end of the day, if this podcast will go too long, we may have to have a part two. And praise God for that. So before we kickstart, like I said, we all know the program, the effect of African marriages in abroad. We will throw it back to Sir Carlos, and we want to hear from you, being somebody who have been out of the country for too long. In your own view, what do you think, or how do you, what are the things you understand, or so far being an elderly person have seen that is really affecting African marriages here in abroad? Do you have a clue, or we will need to hear from you too, sir?
Okay. Is that to Azuma or is that to me?
No, that was to you before we get to Zuma.
Okay. Obviously, I don't know because it's a tough one for me because obviously I've never been to Africa, So at some point I would definitely go to somewhere in Africa. But I don't know. But I mean, it seems that obviously meeting loads of people from Africa and stuff. Very religious people, very old school traditions. I've noticed
Hmm.
that a lot of African couples do tend to struggle when they come to England or they come to the West, because then it's kind of different. Like in some places in Africa, it's like the men. It's very old school. The men go to work and run everything, and the women kind of they work, but they look after the house. It's very old school. So I've noticed a lot of people that have come over from Africa with their couples, and it's 50-50 in the UK and in the Western world. It's 50, everything is 50-50. There's no listen to your husband is right. It's or even it's I've spoken to people before, and they've said in Africa, if my wife was to dress like this, I would give her a smack or something like that, and that would be kind of accepted, kind of in that sort of thing. But in the Western world, if you was to give your wife a smack or anything like that, you would be in big trouble. So it's I think that the power dynamic changes a little bit, and I would say for the better as well, because sometimes sometimes it's a bit it's obviously 50-50, and equal opportunity, equal rights is what we should be going for, but obviously you know I know there's a lot of situations with men in the Western world where they have issues with their wife, and they probably wish they could just give them a little slap and say fix up, kind of, but you can't do that here.
Yeah.
So it's I'll pull it over to you, Azuma. Just introduce yourself now and just tell us a little bit what you think of the topic.
Okay, my name is Ujubwan Uzoma. I'm so happy to be the guest for today. And based on the topic, the fate of African marriage in UK. You have, in fact, you have spoken very, very well, Mr. Carlos. Yeah. So African marriage in Africa, they have many traditions. Like this person is a woman, this person is a man, and as a man, you are the head of the family. Yeah, you are the one to go out there, make money. The wife stays at home, take care of the family, take care of the kids and the rest of them. And in abroad, it is a different story altogether because uh, when you come to abroad, what is happening in Africa is different from here because of uh, the tradition. So some
Mhm.
people from Africa, when they came to abroad with that mindset, like this person, I'm the one to work. If they didn't plan it very well from Africa to come and they now came to abroad, they tend to have problem because they will start having misunderstanding. Yeah.
Mhm.
But if they know this is we are going to another country and this country is different from our country and they have different traditions, and before you come, at least you have people you can ask about where you're going. And you know it's
Mhm.
a different thing from where you're coming from. You tend to
Mhm.
prepare for it and know what you are going to face there and prepare yourself before coming. Yeah.
Mhm.
So African marriage, like in Africa, uh, men tend to, for example, you are working and your wife is at home. When you came back from work, you will be the one, you stay in the parlor to relax, take your bath and take come to the parlor and relax. The wife will go to the kitchen, prepare food for you, serve you the food, you eat, and before anything. But in England, everybody is working, everybody is busy
Hmm.
because you sometimes you even came to the country, maybe you are a dependent to your wife. Your wife is the person that is even working, and as a man, you need get to learn different thing.
Mhm.
Because for example, you are coming to the country, you have a kid, you have children, you are taking care of, and you won't expect your wife because you know she's at work for her to leave the work and come back and start taking care of the children. So you got to learn how to do other domestic work, take care of the children. For example, in Africa, a man don't take care of the child. What you only do
Mhm.
is to what? Highest you take the children to the school. The wife
Yeah.
will be the one to prepare the children. They will be the one to bath them, dress
So,
them up.
sorry,
You are
Juma. Do you mind
looking.
if I just ask a question quickly?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so this must be very strange for men to be like, for you guys, you guys are in this power position, you're calling all the shots, and then you come to the
Mhm.
UK, and now you have to start washing up, cleaning, and doing all this other stuff that you're not used to doing. What is that
You are
like?
not used to. Exactly. It's very, very, very. Some guys, for example, depending on home training, some people are not trained in that aspect for them to know how to do. Like so, there are some family in Africa, they don't do because this person is a male child, this person is a female child. Let's give this person because he's a male child. There are some things you need to do. There are some things you don't need to do. Some family will train their child very well. Even if
Hmm.
you are a male children, they will also train you how to do some certain domestic work. They also train you on how
Hey,
to
we
take
have
care of the
Madame Vanzi in
children.
the house, guys. Sorry.
Hello.
Okay, is
Okay,
she
you're
here?
welcome.
Okay, you guys, you just give me 2 minutes, and I will get her on the stage. 1 second, guys.
Okay. This program is going to be hot. We have people. These are dangerous topics, and to be very honest with you, a lot of marriage has been broken. A lot of things are taking place. Destruction is happening. People leave from Africa, come here as couple and spread out. I believe that joining heads together here, we are going to be able to put through information based on the Spirit of God, which we believe that from learning to it, people will get to really have a mind opening and rethink because it's really very necessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's hear from the manager and let's find out from the sound system if everything is okay, and then I will have to come in and then we continue from there.
All right.
Sorry, our setting up system to those of you who are watching, our setting up system, this is a virgin platform, and we are promising you that in the later days to come, we'll be having it live, much more better than it is now.
Yes.
So, Carlos,
Yes.
are we good?
Welcome, my dear. Welcome. Apologies, guys. I've got some family guests, so I'm not at my main computer, so I've got to run up and down the stairs to set it all up.
Oh, that's
But
fine.
welcome, my dear. Vandeline, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's this Vandoline.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Joshua, I don't know if you want to introduce Vandeline and just give her the catch up of where we've gone so far.
Okay. This is my own personal person, and I have hit her right beneath the heart level. Very, very sacred to me and special personnel as that. And so, at the side, a mother as well, and not just a mother, but a product of a successful marriage. So we believe that her expertise and her longevity in marriage will bring to us information that will be able to shape the minds of our young couples and young people in marriages here. And I believe that together with her, we will get to those things. So, Madame Vandolin is a mother of three. I just had the privilege of enjoying the kids few days back. And
Thank you.
here we are talking on the effect of African marriage in abroad. And so far so good. Madame Vandolin, we were all sharing our ideology on the best floor based on what it is like as a couple, having been in Africa, growing the African way and getting in abroad and finding the abroad way too strange. So as far as that one is concerned, what's your take on it?
All right. Thank you, Pastor Joshua. Thank you, everyone, for giving me this platform. I'm privileged to be part of
Amen.
this great move tonight. And I want to talk on something the effects of African marriages, even though I'm just new in the UK. But I've
Hmm.
got to meet a lot of families, a lot of friends who have shared their ideas, I've met a lot of people who have been engaged in broken homes. So I try to find out what has actually been the cause of this, but when I looked around it, it will be circled around finances. A lot of homes in the UK
That's
has
true.
been brought down to zero because they haven't come with their finance balance on the table. They have not discussed their financial differences on the table, and it has affected a lot of marriages, which I think if the issue of finances are being addressed properly, a lot of people are going to make it through. That's what
Amen.
I think. Yeah.
And that's a big one. Uzuma, did
Yes.
you
Nice
hear
one.
that? Like I
Yes, yeah,
agree with
yeah.
her
That's
hundred
that's
percent
good.
because normally
Exactly.
you they
That's
say
good.
money. Yeah, the Bible says that money answereth all things, but the love of it is the root of all evil.
That's
So
right.
I want to say, like you said earlier, back in Africa we are men. The men are known to be the one that fend for the family, and the women are meant to be the one that are the submissive one. They don't just give birth to these kids of ours, but they stay back home, clean them, feed them, and all that we are to do is that we go out, feed, bring back the food, and they feed our children, attend to our children, take care of the house, cleaning and up and down. Mostly in Africa, most men who does not know how domestic chores are like, especially those who did not experience it with their mom in their youthful age during growth, will always see their women as though as what they are doing for the family is nothing just
Yeah.
because the provision of a home comes from them. You kind of hear them say, I go out there, I work my ass day and night, and I come back, and you are not able to do this, you are not able to do that. You get.
That's yeah.
And so, aside that, I think, like you're saying, it's a balanced diet because here in the UK, everybody is busy. One thing that the section of the UK has done so far is that, to the bit I've seen, the section of the UK does not favor marriages. The husband is at home taking care of the kid, the wife is working. The wife is at home taking care of the kid, the husband is working. Now, it's not like Africa where all of us get to go out and work at the same time, get to come back at the same time. Now, we have this understanding as African men that women ought to be respectful. And to every man that have the capability of financial muscle, they flex it around, and you are not able, you are not careful enough. Instead of being parents to their kids and husband to their wife, they become authorities that cannot be questioned. You see some men, because I'm the one that provide for this home, I'm not supposed to talk and any other person talks. You see some women, some men who just get up and say, I go out, I stress, I do this, I do that, and I'm the one that feel the pain. You hear a man is very good to stand up and tell the woman that this is my house. If you don't follow my rules, feel free to pack and leave. That's an African marriage for you. But in a place like UK where everybody is working, what is where the government has so placed it? Nobody is of equal standard here. What they do is that, as far as job is concerned, is either you, the husband from Africa, you're a dependent, or you, the wife, you're a dependent. And at some point, whether dependent or not, you will get to all experience financial power. But in now digest to what Madame Vanzi said earlier, the ability now to control or discuss about this financial transparency in marriage is now is what makes it balanced. And trust this, if you should be in such marriage and you as a couple, mostly either being the male or the female, your focus is not into building the family, but your focus is into gaining authority over your home. I'm sorry, you're outside the biblical principles of marriage. Just because you earn the highest salary don't mean you call the shots. Likewise to the men, just because you earn the highest salary don't mean you call the shots. But then, if we are going by biblical standards, if everything, the author and the genesis of all marriage is birthed by the scriptures, if you will want to judge anything or do anything that concerns marriage, and your inspiration is not biblical wise, your decisions will always be wrong. Now, it is no more a kind of it's no more a doubt to us all, because it's already very clear to us that as far as Africa is concerned, men are the head. But when you get into abroad where dependent issue comes in, you are not careful, because if your wife is the brain person and you the husband you are dependent, it automatically kind of like switch that head authority thing. Now it takes a well brought up lady to understand that the government has given me papers that said I am bigger and I'm supposed to take care of him, or he's under me, but that doesn't still change the fact that I was the one that said I do. I am answering his name and not him answering mine. You get it? So it takes somebody who is well trained from the genesis of birth to understand the path that respect comes into marriage and all. But if to a big one, this will be hard to some ladies, but I'll tell you, if a lady, if a child grows up seeing the mother disrespecting the father, this child will start by disrespecting the boyfriend. After disrespecting the boyfriend, will disrespect fiance. After disrespecting the fiance, will then end up disrespecting the husband. But if you see a woman that has also grown into a family which respect is the genesis of everything, you will find them respect even boyfriends. You will find them respect their husband at the end of the day. So I would say, to be honest, as far as we are all African persons, or you are an African person outside Africa, or you're planning to come into the abroad, or you are still in abroad, whichever way, or you just came into abroad, know it now that the settings of Africa does not operate the same when you are in abroad. It doesn't operate the same. And when we say it doesn't operate the same, is that if your wife happens to be one of those that fears God, thank God for you. If she doesn't, you will see Shege. We will pray for you in advance. That is why platforms like this are concerned. And trust me, when after you watch this video, you those of you that will come to it online, we will drop contacts which you can get to us for either prayer or counseling letter, and we'll have people to coach you through it. And now, as we're talking, these things we're discussing now, people are currently going through it and they are still facing it. And so we will go straight to the next thing, which I want to ask is, how does it benefit couples that are from Africa coming in here? What are those things that couples stand to gain if they're coming from Africa? And what are those things they can easily lose if they come from Africa? And in this video, we'll hear from Madame Vanti first and second Uzuma.
All right. Pastor Joshua, please, I want to differ with you on something you mentioned there
No
that,
problem.
yes, sir. You said something like there is there is an equality when we leave Cameroon and we come in here. That is
Mm-hmm.
coming to the fact that you said a man will work and a woman will work, which is perfect. But you know that before we get into marriage, there's something we always say: we discuss our goals. That
Mm-hmm.
goals, we do not set barriers on the goals. Let me be honest with you, a lot of marriages that have breakdown, especially African women who have traveled and entered the UK, a lot of marriages that have breakdown is because we automatically want to become British. We automatically want to behave like the people who are already here, who were born here, brought up here, lived in the system, and they are succeeding in the system, which it cannot work. It is very difficult to tell an African man, because you work night and I work day, or you work day and I work night, everything in the house should be equal. No. If you try it like an African woman, be rest assured that marriage will not last. A woman remains a
Right
woman.
now.
A woman remains a woman no matter where you are. When you take your place like a woman, a man will always take his place like a man. A man from his heart will say, okay, darling, let me help you with this. It is not automatically his responsibility because you are in the UK. Your husband should just get around carrying the kids all around, bathing the children, and doing all the house chores. No, you can discuss everything on the table, and the man will take that decision to say, okay, my wife, let me help you to do this. But if you as a woman, you said, okay, you are already in the UK and now everything is equal, we put everything on the table, it is equal, that marriage will never stand. Let a woman be a woman and a man be a man. To me, I
Mm.
will not say there is any benefit when you separate, when you travel and enter the UK and you find yourself going under divorce. There is no benefit in it. At the long run, the two parties must suffer, because a time will come when they will tell you, okay, because the wife is going to take care of the children or hand over the children to the wife, the man will automatically work all his life for the woman. So I don't think there is any benefit, no matter how difficult it is. I believe I've been in marriage for 13 years and I've
Mm.
lived for 9 years without my husband. And every day have the feeling like I am still in marriage. I have the feeling like I just wedded yesterday. There is nothing that has been a barrier. My husband has been out of the country for 9 years. I've raised my 3 kids alone. Everything I bring it to the table, we discuss it and we execute it. If you come into the country and say, okay, because I am having some cash in my pocket and you're the woman, you want to rule over the man, that marriage will surely rule down. There is no advantage when you come in here and you destroy your marriage. If you go around and ask 99% of marriages that has breakdowns in the UK, go deep in it, a woman has refused to be a woman in the house.
Mm.
Exactly.
That's my point.
That's point. That is point.
Also,
Yeah.
what do you think about this, please?
Yeah. In fact, she made that. In fact, it's like she have already said my mind. That is the major point. Seriously, one thing about women in abroad, once they leave Africa and come to a foreign country, they will not grow further. I'm now in charge, and
That's
that's where the problem starts.
that's it.
Because when you start to do I'm now in charge, more especially when you see yourself the man is your dependent, you will now use it as an advantage to suppress the man because I'm now in charge.
Yeah.
The man now becomes a woman and now becomes a man. The man now do the whole thing in the house. And you know, in abroad, the law is different from African law. The law here favors women.
Yeah.
Because of that, it favors women. Some women will now use it as power for them to now use it to suppress their husband. Because you know that even if there is any problem, you are a woman and the country will judge it in your favor because you're a woman. They judge it in your favor because the law favors women. Then some women will now use it to now as an advantage. You know, this is your husband right from Africa. You know how you people started before you now move into abroad? Because you see yourself in abroad, you now want to now show yourself, I'm now if you now talk too much, I will call police for you. I will
Mhm.
do this, I will do that. And once you start dragging like that, that is why most marriage crash. You now tomorrow you hear divorce. A
That's
lot
right.
of divorce in our, yeah. But
That's right.
when you now know, I'm a woman, even if when your husband is trying to help or do things, try to encourage him,
Mm-hmm.
because we all know that we here we do things that we don't do in Africa as a man. For example, when you came to abroad, you see maybe I'm the one doing night shift, my wife is the one doing day shift.
Mm-hmm.
During that hour that your wife is off, you do the things, take care of the children, and your wife also will also learn how to encourage you, to appreciate you. When you do the good, she should appreciate. All those things, that is what brings peace. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody is living harmony in peace and harmony. And again, teamwork. All everything is boiled down on teamwork. If you are working as a team, know that it's not something one person can do. There won't be problem. Like I said, so that is it. So there is nothing like benefit for woman or benefit. Everybody is the same way. But when you now try to make it, let it be on your own benefit, that's when problem comes in, and divorce and the rest comes in. So that's my own point.
Okay,
That's the
there was
truth.
you guys
Carlos,
said a lot.
Steve.
So Vandeline, I'm gonna come straight to you because this is you obviously hearing what you're saying is it's kind of a little bit like you're saying women should be women, men should be men, and you're accepting a certain role, like an old school sort of traditional woman, which that I think as well when a woman has these values, that is the key to a long lasting marriage. I don't know about the 9 years away from your partner because I know a lot. I know this is very common, but and a lot of women, a lot of Western women, or a lot of any women, to be honest with you, will find it very hard to be 9 years without their husband. But so obviously you believe in marriage, and I imagine you've got a strong faith in God as well. And I know this helps. This helps a lot as well. But what's very interesting is I want to get your perspective on this now because you're a woman. You come to, I don't know if you come to the, let's just say any woman. A woman comes to the UK with her husband from Africa, and she's used to the husband working. She's looking after the kids. Now you've got to work and your husband has got to work. You're working now, and then you're still expected to do all the stuff that you were doing before, which is impossible to do everything. I think if a woman tries to take on too much, if she's not getting any help from the husband, it's going to be too much. And eventually that will break down. Like a woman she'll have a nervous breakdown. If you're working all day and then you've got the kids straight away, the husband comes back and he's sleeping or whatever, that's going to be very difficult. But I mean, what is the power? Because it's like you come now and like you have all the power. What is that like for a woman? Like for a woman from Africa, what is that like? It must be obviously you're very old school, but I mean, for some women that come over, like a younger woman, 18, comes over with a newly married husband or whatever from Africa, you know, she's used to her husband looking after her. Now, she's a pretty young girl and she's got all these attentions from men. She can dress how she wants. What is that like? Like having the power and I don't know. I'm gonna put it to you. What is that power dynamic like when it changes?
Okay. If I understand what you're saying, there is something we women, if you are a woman, and there is something we call honor. When you honor your husband, you respect your husband, you speak nicely to your husband. There are things you will not even expect him, you will not even tell him to do. He will just rush into them. I'm not saying that when you come, just carry everything to yourself. Work, you take care of the kids, you take care of the home. I want to, if af- if a woman like in the house, which means that you respect your, your husband, you will feel it like do everything for you. But some women will take it, they already have it in mind that okay, it is 50-50 in this country. They take it like a challenge, which is what most men will also take it. They will take it like, okay, because I am working, and you're also working, we share the responsibility when it comes to the children. No, your husband should just have it in mind to do it for you. Like I have you my marriage 9 years and I've raised 3 kids. Pastor Joshua knows my children very. If you see them and they tell you that they have been raised by a single mom for 9 years, you won't believe it. They are well cautioned, well brought up, alone like a mother. So, what I am saying in the place of a woman is that when you take your place as a woman, which goes with honor, which goes with respect, where you talk to your husband, honor your husband, the way you present situation, your husband just feel like he could do the whole world for you. But African women have in the mind that you must do this because I'm bringing something on the table and you're bringing something on the table. This is what you must do. It will not work with our men coming from Africa. I know them very well. But if you make them feel like I am a man in the house, they will do everything for you. They will drop the kids, they will pick the kids, they will feed the kids, bathe the kids, they will do everything for you. But African women will take it like a challenge. That is where the problem will always come in. They will go out there and they would come with these laws that favors only women. They'll present them on the table. And you see their men begin to tremble. A man wants to go up. A man will always want to be a man, no matter how hard it will be. It will always be a man. When I said a woman being a woman, I have put everything in the basket. Know that the hardest criminal can only be changed by a woman, which means that even if we know deep in us that our men are supposed to do this, allow them to see it within them and do it. We should not force issue on them, like bring the law and quote it to them. They won't take it. That's why you see a lot of marriages, they just break up. Like friend who just came in is not up to a have been divorced. But when I get into the trying to ask them what actually happened, what is the cause of it? The woman said, "Oh, I am doing this, I am doing that, not doing this, my husband is not doing that, my husband is not doing this." But I told her, no, you take your place, a woman. You may, that is in the midst of the children. That is where we work hard and make sure this our marriages they succeed. Because children comes in and instead helped to separate family. Because a woman sits and expect the man to go and do certain things that you really feel like you really need to do it. Like, will you want a woman to command you to do something, or the woman will bring in the law and quote it that the law says the law. The issue of laws in this country is actually what has actually destroyed a lot of homes,
Not just African homes either. Like the
even the ones here, even the ones here.
yeah.
When see, let me tell you, I'm a woman. I've been in marriage for 30 years, and if I tell you that I have lived a successful marriage, and I will live a successful marriage to the end, because no matter how the situation looks like, first I look up, secondly I honor the man. I honor this word honor. If women can put them on the table and honor their men, your husband will do everything for you. To walk on the water for you. These laws will not even need to bring them to the house. They will just be doing things and be going. But us African, when we just arrive, the first thing we studies are the laws. Try to see how we can bring everything together, let it favor us, the women. It can never be so. Even if we are you the man, you are working 10 hours, your man is also working 10 hours. There are certain things only if you know your place in the house as a woman. Your husband will also know that he has to. But the way you will present certain situation will tell them to. Oh, no. There are some men you will not even need to talk to them. They'll just go ahead and do it. So we the women, if we take our place like the women in the house, will always have a successful marriage.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I'll leave it back to you, Joshua.
I agree with her 100% on that because normally, yeah, not just the African marriages are having issues here. Even the white people who are mentors of this law, they have the challenges. And like seriously, the Bible says, "Husband loves your wife, love your wife, and wife honor your husband." Not everybody say they're very good at saying yes, I do, because they want to use the wedding ring in their hand and the wedding gown pictures to intimidate their fellow women who are not married. But they forget to know that this yes, I do comes with a lot of responsibilities.
Right.
Majority of them accept to get into fatherhood. Look at it. The way women are trained in Africa, some homes, their mothers will tell them that you don't talk to your elder brother rudely. If they grow not to know that they don't talk to their elder brothers rudely, they won't even try it with their husband. But if they start talking to their elder brother rudely, and you, an African woman, you are permitting them, you are building a very worse wife. If it gets to a junction now, it is a good thing that she's the one as a female that is addressing the pattern of 50-50. You get, let it not be because it is the men that said it from Africa, but she too now as a woman is saying it too. Most people kind of like misinterpret the context of honor. When they say honor your husband, they just know that honor means respect,
Mhm.
but they don't actually understand the concepts of the term honor. Because normally, honor will tell you that before you, this is what I believe that mostly, even most of them who are watching or watch later, they don't still understand. If you ask most out of 100, ask them what is the definition of honor, not every one of they will not know. If out of 100, I tell you, 99 will not be able to know. Even the ones that go to church, even the ones that read the Bible, they will not know the full definition of honor. Because you have the capacity, the financial power to do a thing. You have the ability to do a thing. You can single handedly do this thing even without my consent. But then you share this idea with me. I don't even have the money or the ability to bring it to come to pass or to even contribute to it. But you that had the ability and the money, you brought the idea to me. I listen to it and I tell you, don't. I don't like it. Don't do it. And yet you are able to respect that simple phrase. As I said, don't do it. I will not like it. I don't like it. Don't do it. When we say honor, honor means it is within your capacity to do it. You don't need help to manifest it. You don't need help to bring it come to pass. But yet, because of this person, you are willing to let go. You are letting go, not that you're willing. You get it? Now, if you as a married woman, you don't know that honor to your husband means that there are junctions where you will tell him that, oh, you see me like this, I want to buy a human hair. It is worth 550K. Don't bother. I'm not telling you that you should buy because I have the money. I'm only telling you as my husband. So that when you see the human hair in this house, you should not be surprised. And the husband said, don't. If they will listen to that don't without questioning it, is the money first of all coming from your pocket? Is it not my money? Am I not the one that work the money? When you start challenging why they said so, even when they are not the one bringing the money, you are not honoring them.
Mhm.
But then when you are able to say, okay, if you say I should not do it, no problem. You get it? Most men who are African men, they are not verbal in what they do, but some men will say don't because they have other hairs that if they should come and you are buying again, it will be surplus. But because they may want it to be a surprise, they'll not tell you that I've already other hairs for you. And then, but an African woman who is in abroad, I want to like it or not, I must buy the hair. And trust me, the African men that I know will just cancel the order and ask for refund.
Exactly.
But to be honest with you, honor means it is your ability to do it. You have the capacity to do it, but your husband denies it and you are willing to let go without argument or fight. If your passion and all that gives you joy is the fact that your husband is happy and comfortable or not, if you derive joy in your husband's happiness, there's no way you'll not enjoy that marriage. But if you want to drag him to a level of your friend, a quarry mate, an exchanging partner, a quarrelsome partner, don't worry. Don't think that piece of mind you are trying to take from him, you will have it after you take his own. It's 50-50. You are not only depriving him of the happiness, you too, you're also depriving yourself equally of the same happiness as well. So I agree with you, Madam Vandia. I agree with you, Mr. Uzo. To be honest with you, the thing is that in this setting of the world, every law is to be played is only placed because there have been so many violations, and those perimeters are only measures set in place to limit or stop such kind of crimes being committed. But then most people, being it the man or the woman, we men, we see respect as love. You get? We see respect as love. But some women, they see buying of gifts as love. They see dashing the money in and out as love. They see buying them extra new clothes as love. But we men, we don't see it like that. You get? You will serve me food. I will eat the food. And before I finish eating the food, you come and carry the plate away. And you say, are you done? Did you enjoy your food? God bless you. I walk away. I'll be like, wow, I have a wife. But then let me eat and finish. And I tell my wife that thank you for the food, though. I have finished. And then hear what she says. Make sure you wash the plate, oh. I have been working since morning. I cannot cook. And you people are dating things for me to be there washing. Do you know African man, if they have their way, they will vomit the food I give you back. They have their way, they will vomit the food I give you back. So a lot of people come, when you feel like, when you start feeling like I've done enough, I've done too much. I've seen majority of marriages, the woman will start at the beginning stage, will build with their husband, they will build life all together. And then just when the doors of fortune is about knocking to the doors of into the life of the husband, that is when the woman now will run and will go away. And another woman will come in and benefit from that thing that you have labored so far. That is why the most painful thing that can be aching in this life is not the gunshot, it's a heartbreak. You left somebody expecting that they should become poor, and in turn, you come back and find them getting more richer and richer. You build the foundation, and just when you are about to establish a better foundation for yourself and enjoy, you will see most marriages. I give kudos to the Nigerian ones. There's some Nigerian men that will not go to school but will sponsor their wives to school to any level. There are some also men, if African men, that will tell you that, okay, I've not gone to school, but my wife will go to school. And you see they're willing to sponsor their wife to eternity until their wife they will not want to school anymore. Come and see them being proud. You want to speak grammar for me? Let me call my wife and my wife come and speak grammar for you. I don't need to talk to you, my wife will answer you. You see, a man that will be able to make this statement is a man who their wife has been able to prove beyond all doubt that I am here to marry, I'm here to act, I'm not here to reduce. Do you know the challenge that we have? To sum it, I would say most of the challenge that we have in the UK here is because when you as a lady, you see marriage not as a ground you are coming to till, plant, water, weed, and harvest later. But if you don't see it like that, but you see it as a place where you are coming to change your life and start wearing the things you are dreamed to be wearing as a married person, you're thinking of what you will harvest without considering what you will plant first. You will always bring problems because majority of the challenges you will face in some point is because of comparison. My friend did this. My friend bought this. I also want to buy this. My friend bought her this. You too, I want you to buy me this. They will drag competitions with their friends and bring it, and you, the husband, you suffer the consequences. My friend is using an iPhone. I'm only the one that is using an Android. It's like my own is finished in this world. When people are marrying better husbands, look at the kind me I come and marry. That's nowhere honor. You have no idea if that person has been saving money to buy you that phone. You are comparing yourself to somebody who is having a phone. You don't know if your husband has been saving to buy you a car either. So to be honest with you, in submission, I would say if ladies will stop going into marriage for what they want to gain, but start going into marriage for what they want to invest, they will, no matter, it doesn't matter how long it may take, you cannot invest and run away from the harvest. If you plant, there's no way you will run away from the harvest. If you plant, you must harvest it. You must harvest it. It doesn't matter how you go about it, but if you plan, as far as I know, according to God's calendar and God's program for marriage, if you go into marriage with the mindset of building, you will not build and somebody else harvest. So I don't know. Sakalos, you have something to say before we look at 2 4 points and we go.
Um, I just think where you touched on there, you've just moved on to the problems that everyone is facing now. Like literally everyone. You know, social media influencers now, where people can see stuff. Oh, and people love to post. Oh, my husband bought me this ring. Oh, my husband bought me this house. And then people share it. And then envy starts getting generated. You know, people start getting jealous and stuff. Oh, look, so and so has bought a brand new big house. They got a brand new big car, la 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 la, and that puts a lot of pressure. What people need to realize is most people, that's 70% of people that are just going to be working paycheck to paycheck. You know, it's going to be very tough. So when you see all these things, people, oh, I want this, I want that. It's very easy for and rightly so. You know, women, they want to be looked after. Every woman wants to be looked after at some point, unless she's gone down that stage where she's just independent woman. Everyone's heard that. I'm independent. I make my own money. I don't need a man. You know, but I think deep down inside, most women want to be looked after. You know, but I think it's very difficult. It's very difficult now, and especially where women are earning more than men. Like, you know, like how does it, you have to think about it. A woman can be earning more money than you now, and say for instance you lose your job, you're not able to work. You, even if it's for a month, 2 months, during that time, your wife is going to be looking after you. So now you're in a totally different position where you've got a woman looking after you, paying for everything, and you know, a good woman will look after you. They won't put no pressure on you. But there's a lot of women out there. Like this is why men are killing themselves. Men are literally killing themselves because of the pressures that life has put on them. The financial pressures, the society expectations. Oh, I'm supposed to do. As a man, we all think it. There's not one man that doesn't think it. Oh, I should be looking after my wife. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. I should be doing better. Most men want to be doing better. Some men are happy, but I think the happy men are the ones that have the happy wives that are not too demanding. Like you say, oh, I want to buy a I want to buy a big car. I want to buy a brand new big car or something like that. I think when you've got women like that, I think it's very difficult for some men. The men that can afford it is fine, but they will tend to be spending. There's always going to be something new that woman wants, you know. So, but I mean, a lot like you said, honor, like women with old school values, they're the ones that tend to make marriage work and make it last. But over to you.
Please, before we continue, please, if you're coming towards this broadcast, make sure you like, share, comment, and you need to follow because in the nearest future we will be talking issues that are marriage oriented and we'll be trashing down things. We'll be pulling down storms. The demon that is in charge of marriage will be exposed in this platform, and through this, I believe many marriage will be built as well. This platform is genuinely family oriented, and we are looking forward to see to it that many people get transformed and lives are changed for me. Like to say, to in addition, I will tell you that's 100%. I've seen most men, I've seen most men, they will get to suffer with a lady. And when they lose their financial capabilities, you see the lady turn them into slave. There are two categories of men. Those who can take it and will walk out immediately, and those who will take it and turn to these slaves while working their way out. You'll be shocked that the minute they are able to hit a jackpot, they'll walk out. They will dump you and go very far away. That is where, this is where I would say things like, if you see any lady comes up to that and say, men has come, take it well. At some point, they had the financial muscle and they maltreated these people very badly. And just when these people now got their independence or financial strength, they didn't look, because in the process of you maltreating this person, you'll be enjoying it as they are feeling pain, that if there are those species that are not that are introvert, you just find them quiet. They'll be watching. They will go through this pain, but the minute they see a way out, they will walk out of your life just when you now think that, oh, I have sown in this person's life, it's now time for us to celebrate. Thank God for this new job that is a well paid job that this man just got now. We will work, things will get better. Instead for you to expect things to work now, that time you are trying to be kind. That tape you played yesterday will play itself. You will see the beast in that person that you have been mashing and pampering and pressing down. That's why you notice that they walk away. And then you hear women come out like, after all the investment I did, after all the things that I did. Sorry, you didn't invest anything. You were doing it
Yeah,
was a
I
merchandise.
think
You were yeah,
yeah,
someone is like you are paying for the things he was doing. And so for him to continue living or having a roof or having food to eat was just to be your slave. And when they feel that the chains are broken, you will not find them around. But over to you, Sir Ozone. Let's hear from you.
yeah. Based on what you said, I think based on people, what the way you treat your partner. For example, sometimes when you are in Africa, some partner maybe they will try to pretend you'll be treating the partner bad. Yeah, I have a scenario where a woman and a man was in Africa together. The wife is the man is a wife beater. He always beat the wife. At the end, the wife now um decided to travel abroad. Then the man was the person that sponsored the wife to travel abroad to go and study. Then the man and the children was in Africa after the woman now left Africa to come to abroad. Then the man was the one taking care of the woman, everything, the school fees and everything. At the end, they now the wife now decided for the man to come and join them. And all this is a pretense because the wife have not forgotten what the way the man used to maltreat her back there in Africa before she traveled. So she now play on the man. The man is not aware of what is happening. So on the process, the the visa, they do everything, the man visa and the children visa. On getting to the airport, I don't want to call the country where this thing happened.
Mhm.
The wife came gently, carry the children and disappear, leaving only the man.
Wow.
And before this, the wife have already planned it because all the scars, everything, the stuff that the man used to, the way he used to maltreat the wife, everything, the pictures, she have already kept all the pictures and submitted it to the necessary authority.
Authority.
So when
Wow.
the people now started to complain, why will this woman behave like this? Why we and the man have already sold everything he had in Africa to come and join the woman in abroad. Then this thing now happen in airport. The wife took the children, disappear. The man is now frustrated and disappointed in the and a lot of things. People are saying a lot of things. Why would this woman behave like this? Is it good for her to treat the husband like this? Then when the wife now say her own part of the story, everybody was like, wow, this man, because the woman have already seen that since this person is a wife beater in Africa, and if I allow him to come here and join me, it's very, very possible that we are still going to face have that same issue here. So I don't know. So that is one thing. I think the some people, the way they maltreat people is what that causes all these things. And
Yeah.
the woman, when the woman now have the power, and now is I'm in charge. Let me now use it to discipline you to show you that I'm now in charge.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
seriously, those things like that really do happen though, because it goes vice versa. There are men who will take it, suppress it, keep, and react later. And there are women who will also suppress it, keep, and also react later. A quick one. We are having few minutes to go. Madam Vanzi, what's your advice to the young couples, those that are planning to get married and those who are married in abroad and outside of abroad? In few sentences, what's the advice? What's the thing you can tell them to look out for to avoid all of these kind of challenges from happening?
All right. Before you get into marriage, there is something you saw a man accepted to get married. So if you can look back and still hold things that push you to accept that man, if you can still hold on to that thing, I believe you will go through your marriage successfully. Because the first day a man approaches you and tells you, "I want to get married," there is something deep in you that you saw that you like. And for no reason should it go. It will always be a point where when you turn to that direction, look to give you a focus in marriage. And I want to also let the women out there, young ladies who are still planning to, those who are married, know that if you look at the world that we have, the men have just 3 or 4 things you can do to them, and they will be happy for the rest of their lives. But for us, the women, we have more than hundreds. If you can respect a man, honor a man, love a man, I don't think men will need anything apart from these 3 things I've mentioned. Honor him, love him, respect him. These 3 things. Whether he is broke, you're still in love. Whether he's financially okay, you're still in love. Whether he is sick, you're still in love. Whether what happens in that marriage, you still love him, you still honor. Those are just the 3 things that men need. Whether you are a white or you are a black or you are living out of the country or you are in the country, men, these are the 3 things that men really need from women. But women, you can't satisfy them. You always need to reassure them, assure them. But men, they don't really need it. So for those who are still planning to get into this journey of marriage, it is a beautiful journey if you have a beautiful heart. Thank you.
Wow, that was
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's the thing now. We need to
Joshua,
be able to
I've got
overcome.
5 minutes left at the minute, so I don't know if
Okay.
we want to have set up a part 2 and just sort of everyone sort of just wrap up. Everyone has like 1 minute just to sort of wrap up what their thoughts on the show so far.
Okay. Sahuzo spoke. I would like us to pray, and we will have a part 2 of this program on Tuesday. Is that okay by everyone?
Time?
Can we have it on Tuesday?
What time?
At what time? We will discuss on the time, and then we'll let the manager know.
All right.
Is that okay by everyone?
That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
sure.
fine. Yeah,
What about you, Mr. Oza?
that's fine.
Okay, please. I
I'm
would like
fine.
us to pray. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for being with us all so far. If you're watching this program, may God bless you in the name of Jesus. I pray in the name that is above every other name that the Lord give you faith. Your marriage is restored in the mighty name of Jesus. Please do like this, please follow and share. See you on Tuesday. If you're watching this by YouTube, next coming Tuesday, we are on again. Subscribe so you can be able to see more. God bless you. Shalom. Bye bye. Thank you very much, everyone. It was nice having you. God bless you all.
Thank
Bye
you all for
bye.
coming. Thank you all for being here. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
You too. Bye.
Happy
Yeah.
Sunday. Bye bye.
See to you. Bye.